Okay, it says I am live. Let's hope for the best. Hello, hello, everyone. If you're coming in and you're listening to the replay, or if you're coming in live, just put in pound replay if you're listening to the replay. If you're live, hit me up with your questions, comments. I am here. So, wanted to hop in here. I know that some of you don't know me, some of you do know me. My name is Myrna Lane Hippolyte, and I'm a financial wellness coach and a wealth coach. And what I do is I help powerhouse women build wealth by investing in the stock market. That is something that I am definitely passionate about, something that I believe is absolutely necessary for us as women to take advantage of the avenue to build wealth that exists in the stock market. So, if you are here, and I want to cover tonight a few of the misconceptions, the things that get in our way that stop us from actually being able to invest in the stock market because we don't know anybody any better, right? If you don't know, you don't know. So, uh, let me tell you a little bit about my background. I am of Haitian descent, right? I come from a Caribbean background, and essentially, I was taught three key things, what I call the trifecta of success. You're going to go out there, you're going to go to school. That's important. You're going to work hard, and then you're going to go to college and get a good job. If you do those three things, you are going to be successful. And I could say that, yes, I've achieved success in my own right, but didn't really know much about investing and what the stock market was and what the opportunities were available to invest because I just didn't know. And if you don't know, you can't do better. So I founded my business with the premise of helping women, more particularly, get up to speed and on the fast track when it comes to growing their money by investing in the stock market. I could see the difference that it made in my life, but I had to go the long route. I had to go to school. I had to had a specific job. I was an equity research analyst on Wall Street on the sell side, um, really looking and analyzing stocks. So you don't have to go that long route, and you don't have to be sticking to Google. There are certain things that you can do that will help you. And so some of the misconceptions I want to go through is the big one. Number one is that you need thousands and thousands of dollars to invest in the stock market. You don't. You can invest with as little as $5 a day. The cost, whatever it's going to cost you to go get that coffee at Starbucks, at Dunkin' Donuts, wherever your coffee shop of choice is, you can potentially spend that money. And I don't know about you, but I noticed that if I try to go get some lunch somewhere outside, it's $12, $15 for like a sandwich and some fries or something. I just bring my lunch, really. For the most part, I bring my lunch. And so things are expensive out there, but you can take that money that you might spend on something that's not going to last you for more than a couple hours in your stomach, lunch, or, that cup of coffee, and go out there and, invest it in something that can give you long-term wealth. So with as little as $5 a day, you can do it. Right now, you can open a brokerage account and they're not going to ask you for $1 to open that account. And so very important to know that with whatever you have, wherever you are, that's where you can start. The important thing is to start. Number two, a lot of people don't start because they say, well, Myrna, I don't know what I'm doing. It seems rather complicated. I'm not a numbers person. I don't want to deal with all that. It's not that complicated. Let me ask you something. So you drive a car. If you drive a car, you've been in a car. Do you know about the inner workings of the car? You know how that engine works and how everything's all plugged together and connected? Probably not. I can tell you I don't. But do I drive myself, to and from places almost every day? Yes, I do. So you don't need to know all the complex inner workings. You don't have to be an equity research analyst like I was in order to take advantage of the stock market. And so just with a little bit of support and guidance, you can know the basics that will make a big difference when it comes to your wealth. Number three myth is that sometimes people feel like oh my gosh, Myrna, I'm going to lose all my money. Stock market is kind of like gambling. It's not, because you have to know what you're doing. If you listen to your Uncle Joey and he tells you, hey, I got this hot stock tip for you, right? And we're going to go in there and invest. Yes, that might be a hot stock tip at the moment, but if you don't know anything about the company fundamentals, you don't know what prompted you to make that selection, that's what is going to happen. You could potentially lose your money, but you have to have a strategy and you have to know where you're investing and what you're invested in order to be successful. So you're not going to lose all your money if you have the right strategy and you have a strategy that helps you mitigate risk. Now, can you afford to sit on the sidelines? So if you decided that, oh yeah, I'm going to invest $5 a day, $5 a day at a very, conservative return after the course of 40 years is over $900,000. So starting small is not the important thing to emphasize. What you want to emphasize is the start. Because in order to be successful as an investor, you need 3 key things. Time is on your side. The more time you have, the better it is. That's why I encourage people to start investing early. Don't wait till you're 60. Don't wait till you're 65. Granted, it's better to start at any point than not to start at all. But time is on your side. The younger you start your kids off with something. I always tell parents or aunts, give your nieces and nephews the gift of stock instead of giving them toys that will disappear in less than a month and they won't be interested in. So stock, the earlier you start, the better it is, and that will set you up. So time is number 1. 2, consistency. You can't just make an investment and then say, hey, I'm out of it. I'm gone, right? And not look back. You have to keep on making investments and being consistent. Being consistent and making contributions over time helps you to build wealth. And then lastly is a good rate of return. You don't want to be putting your money in, a generic savings account that right now might generate, if you're lucky and diligent, 3%, right? But if you weren't lucky and diligent and you have your money sitting in a regular savings account that's generating less than 1% rate of return, then it's going to take a long, long time for your money to potentially double, longer than you probably have. So it's important to get a good rate of return. And where can you get that? It's in the stock market. Last year, the S&P 500, I believe, ended at about up 24%. The year before, it was up 23%. So where can you get that rate of return? Not in a sleepy savings account. So it's very important to learn how to invest. Now, if you're telling yourself, Myrna, I don't know how to get started, I don't know what to do, I would like to invite you to attend my Investing Happy Hour, which I will be hosting as of next Tuesday, January 21st at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. What happens at the Investing Happy Hour? You come, you bring your wine, you bring your tea or your coffee, your water, your drink of choice, and for an hour, we go through investing in a fun way. We learn the basic terminology, the terms that people throw out there that you don't know anything about. We learn about those. And you learn about your investor personality, because at the end of the day, what I invest in may not be what you can invest in. If you're the type of person where if a stock goes down 10% in a day and you take to the bed, there are certain things that you can't invest in. So you have to know where you stand and what your investor personality is. We're going to talk about that. And we're going to equip you with some knowledge so that you can take some action, because 2025 is the year of action. If you've been sitting on the sidelines saying, I got to take care of this, or I haven't had the time, now's the time to take action. So come to the Investing Happy Hour, register for it, because if you cannot make it live, although there's going to be giveaways for those who can make it live, if you can't make it live, at least you will get potentially the replay. And if you get the replay, you can still take action and listen. But the important thing for you to do is 2025 to take action and not make this another year where you're not investing. So I look forward to seeing all of you at the Investing Happy Hour next Tuesday night, Tuesday the 21st at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, so that you can come learn the basics of stock market investing and set yourself up for investing success in 2025. All right. Good night, everybody.